I just detest rude, unladylike young ladies.
I hope you don't mind me being a tad rude.
I myself am strange and unusual.
Don't be rude.
That is some weird, wild stuff.
Shocking, isn't it?
It's a scandal,
But it's provocative.
Please stop making me blush.
Hello, this is Impolite Society coming at you with Impolite Society Chats. Society Chat?
We're chit-chatting. We're a society of chit-chatting. Chat chitters. I'm Rachel. I don't know if we introduced ourselves on the last one.
I'm Laura. And also our last one is totally about getting ready for Christmas, and it's releasing in a time where Christmas is totally over. So you know what? It's fine. Get over it.
Think of it as a time capsule. Cut the crapsule. Listen to the lapsule. Capsule.
Good one. So Christmas is over now, and we're banking our episodes, getting ready to come back in January.
Yeah, we'll be back soon. I mean, obviously, we're back if you're listening.
We're back now.
So,
yeah.
So the chats are a new thing that we're doing, just to like a little more casual conversation, talk about ourselves, our lives, what we're consuming. And obviously, we haven't got it ironed out yet, as you can probably tell by this little bit of an awkward start. Essentially, okay, here's the elevator pitch. We're taking that part most podcasts have in the start that are like, oh, how was your week? Blah, 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 blah. We're taking that and we're just putting it in its own episode. So if that's not your cup of tea, you just skip it.
Carving it out. So yeah.
And go listen to the real episodes.
Yeah. Yeah. This is all nonsense. All the parasocial relationship that
we're
might
trying
be
to
craving.
woo you into being our parasocial friends, because we think of you as friends. We have the parasocial relation. It's like the opposite of what it should be. So here we are talking about what we're doing this week.
Well, I have been so ready for this because I have held off on talking to you about my Barbie experiences since Christmas. So
that's so specific. Barbie experiences. Yes. You texted me and I was like, what is she
know, you were so
about?
confused. I'm like, I'm not telling you.
Is it Margot Robbie?
No,
what?
Barbie the doll. So I got my daughter the Barbie dream house for Christmas. I got it used on Facebook Marketplace for like a quarter of the price. So yeah, me, Miss Thrifty.
Dream house.
She's thrilled with it. And so along with the Barbie dream house, some family members got her some Barbies. And my mom and dad also found some old Barbies of mine and brought them over to the house.
I can't believe you have Barbies. You don't seem like a Barbie household.
Barbie was my favorite toy growing up.
Really?
100%.
I would not have guessed that.
Barbie was her own woman in my household, and she did her own fucking thing. She never had a husband. She never had a baby. She was living her best life.
My Barbie never had a head. So that's like how we're different, I guess.
What happened to the Barbie's head?
They pop right off. Have you tried? Have you not tried?
They do pop right off. My Barbies never had hands or feet because the dog always ate them.
Yep, I know that. We had some baby dolls that didn't have any fingers.
We called them Shark Attack Barbie. That's what we called them in our house.
We call it Donner Party Barbie. All the fingers are falling off from frostbite.
Yeah.
Real quick aside about Barbie and Ken in our house. We think we had like 3 total. And my mom's favorite story about our time with Barbie and Ken was that one time she found Ken all tied up and like hanging upside down. And my mom was like, what is going on?
What kind of BDSM Judge CBT do we've got going on here?
And my sister said, oh, that's because he won't marry Barbie. So she was dragging him down the altar one way or another.
Shotgun wedding over at the...
Over at the Rachel of Impolite Society
Yeah,
house.
Rachel of Impolite Society household. Sorry. Beep.
Boop, beep, boop, bop. Okay, continue with your story. I'm hijacking it.
Yes. So I have been really deep in the nostalgia rabbit hole because my parents found my Barbies and they also found the Barbie box. But it's my B Barbie clothes because I remember at some point in like, 10, like 12, 13 of like carving out. Like, I don't want these anymore, but like I'm too still attached to these. So I kept those in like another spot. So
these are the ones you didn't use.
Exactly. The B string ones, as I got older, are the ones that my parents found. I don't think the other ones exist anymore. I think my dad donated them to Goodwill and caused like, you know, a massive argument with my mom and dad when I was like 20 years old or something. But anyway, so I did find these. And now that my daughter is playing with them, I'm seeing them all the time and like pulling them out and like remembering certain things and like remembering certain outfits. And I have gone down the rabbit hole. This is hyperfixation like 101. I have been ravenously Googling dolls that I remember, outfits I remember, trying to find them just to look at them again. Google Lens has been my friend.
Yeah.
Because I don't have the whole Barbie, but I have like bits and pieces of the different Barbies. That if I use Google Lens and take a picture of these things, it'll bring it back. Like Enchanted Evening Barbie of 1991, JCPenney exclusive.
Ooh.
And the baller coat and necklace and dress and shoes that she had. Dance Club Barbie, all of these different things. Like they just like keep coming back in my mind. And I've been Googling like mad. It's been very interesting because number one, I want you to know, Rachel, Barbie has made progress.
Oh, I'm sure. I watched a documentary about it on Hulu or something.
The old Barbie clothes, they do not quite fit. Like her waist, like I tried to put some 1980s hot pants on the new Barbies. They do not fit. Like her waist
Which
has
that
thickened.
is the story of all 1980s hot pants. Is they do not fit anymore.
Yes. And I discovered the Barbie Reddit and all of these women that are on here. This is like, I'm like, oh no, Laura, are you getting old? Because I'm like, I get it.
Like the nostalgia?
Yes!
Or what do they say on the Barbie subreddit?
They're taking their own dolls and they're remaking them and doing different things. They're buying old clothes. They're posing them. They're repainting faces. They're redoing the hair, like restoring these old dolls back to what they used to be, buying them or making them new clothes. And some of the clothes are fucking gorgeous.
Yeah. People are talented. A lot of people have a lot of talent.
They are. And I'm looking at all these homemade Barbie clothes and I'm thinking, if I only buy Charlotte, like the certain styles, right?
Oh,
like the certain stuff.
You're going to shape her fashion sense.
Can I turn her in to the East Coast, like super, button up, old money, waspy thing that I aspire to be? Can I brainwash my child into adopting that sense of style? And should I start making Barbie clothes? It's really the question.
She's going to find her own style and you're going to think it's horrible.
I know.
That's the way of the world. I mean, that's coming from you. And I've seen pictures of you as a teenager and your fashion sense.
What? It wasn't East Coast waspy?
I remember a lot of safety pins and like neon
Yep.
and like fishnets.
Yep. Dog collars.
Woof.
Woof.
Literally. Well, wow. That's like a trip down memory lane.
It was.
And
it
it's
was.
funny because we were just talking about recently how everybody seems like the world peaked in the 90s. And here you are.
I know, reliving it. I cannot tell you how many times I have recombed the hair of Fantasy Wedding Barbie.
Whoa.
I found her because I was like, I'm almost certain this is a wedding Barbie. And like I looked it up over and over and over again because her wedding dress is long gone.
Oh, yeah.
But she has
did
white.
Barbies actually wear clothes? Because mine never. My two never had clothes.
Well, this Barbie had 2 white earrings and a white ring. And I was like, this is definitely the Barbie, the wedding Barbie. But so, and as I started Googling and Google Lensing, and then I went to TikTok and looking at these Barbie restorations that people are doing, I got into some deep feels, man. Like, I'm like, do I want to start restoring Barbie dolls? And then I'm like, what need is this fulfilling? And then I thought back to the sex dolls episode about how, yeah, like you watching the sex dolls and be like, I want to rescue them.
Oh, yeah. Like the oh God, if it's not
Anamorphous robots in disguise.
God, I was so close, and then we went down. Anamorphizing,
something like that. Yeah. Listener knows what we're talking about.
Yeah,
but that's what I wanted to do.
It's a person.
Yes, and like from my childhood, right? These are dolls that I remember from my childhood. Like I want to rescue them and restore them. But interesting, again, in my own personal brand of psychology, I don't want to rescue them and restore them to what they were.
You want to make them better.
I want to make them better. I want to make them in my own image. I want to rescue all these dolls. I want to redo their hair and redo their style and put them in like, custom business suits and all this shit.
Business suits.
Yes.
That's actually, here you go. This is the premise. Pilot for Hollywood. Take this. We go and rescue all the sex dolls and we turn them into like high power executives. And it's just like,
that's exactly what I want to do with all
sex
these
doll rescue.
I absolutely want to take Fantasy Wedding Barbie of 1989 and fucking scrap that wedding dress. Fuck your wedding dress. I want to take your beautiful, so thick blonde hair and I want to redo you and I want to put you in a pencil skirt and like a button-up shirt and I just want to remake you into a new woman. It's like I said, it was a deep dive.
You can be married and have a business skirt, I think.
They can be married, but like that's not her defining feature.
Well, it's just, people like to play wedding. I don't know.
Or I can like just put her in a sweatshirt and leggings that says like,
right.
The sweatshirt says like Slayer on it, like Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Oh.
Again, I just want to remake them all in my own image. And I recognize the inherent unhealthiness of these impulses very quickly.
Yeah. But like, didn't you do that with your two children? Like, you made them, and then you're making them in your image.
Precisely.
Right?
That's exactly what it made me think
Just
of.
have another baby.
Oh no, I'm really gonna have to watch myself as they start to get older.
Yeah, they're gonna hate Buffy. I'm sorry.
I know.
I try to remember what my parents had us watch that they liked, and I was like, what is this?
What? You want me to watch MASH?
You talk about the gods must be crazy. My mom raved
Austin
about
loves
that movie.
Austin loves
I
that
know
movie.
because it's on Plex, and I just tried to rewatch it because I remember my mom talking about how funny it was. I fell asleep instantly.
Yeah, it's terrible. He tried to get me into it a few times. It's awful.
It seems dubbed, even though I believe it's an American movie. So, on that note, what have I been doing this last week and change?
What?
TikTok. That's it. I just TikTok because it's going away.
I know. I've heard that it is going away.
Yeah. So, you might have heard in previous episodes that I had a time limit on how much TikTok.
You just took that away?
I
You're
took
like...
that off. My dog is dying. I'm not going to limit how many walks I take it on. We're spending all this time together, my friend, TikTok. And I need big government to come and take it away from me because I'm an addict, to be fair. But yeah, I took off the time. So I just scroll. How else am I going to hear about the Blake Lively, Justin Bedoni drama?
I don't even know who that is.
I'm not
I know
gonna
who Blake
seek
Lively
that
is.
out.
I don't know who Justin Baloney is.
Bedoni, he's from Jane the Virgin. I don't know his last name. I just kind of got it close enough. I want to believe him. I do. But
About
I also...
what? What's his drama?
Blake Lively said he sexually harassed her.
Oh.
He says she's exaggerating it because they disagreed on set, so they're trying
Hard game to play, right?
Well, okay, so she said he came into her room when she was topless.
Well, did he know that she was topless?
She
Did
sent
she
him-
back out? Did he back out as soon as he realized she was
No,
topless?
what happened was she texted him saying, hey, come, let's work through this. Like, I'm just pumping right now. So she told him to come into her trailer
Oh.
while she was pumping for her baby. And he, a feminist, was like, sure, you know, there's nothing gross about this. There's nothing weird about this. I'm
And
sure
then
it's
later she
under a
flips
blanket.
it around on him.
Right? Oh, and then, okay, another thing. Again, this is all by the court of TikTok. So this is my news source. So don't trust me. I am not informed. She said that he showed her naked pictures of women on his phone or naked videos of women.
Were they breastfeeding?
No, he said it was videos of his wife giving birth. Which, I mean, like, legally, that is a naked woman. But,
it
like,
absolutely is.
very different context. So,
Wow.
TBD on what's going to come out of that. But
Oh, who fucking cares? That's what
I do, apparently. Okay, I don't even know what else. Like, it's such garbage. But, like, you know, me and TikTok, we can't be separated until we legally are separated.
Listen, I do. I like TikTok, and I think it's a great platform, and I am anxious for an American company to buy it because I think it's very. I mean, it's
You
a
know,
good platform.
It's going to go to shit because guess what? All that censoring that we complain about because it makes it really hard to talk about what we talk about.
Yeah,
I tried to do YouTube Shorts. It was like porn.
I know. They
It's
shut
awful.
down our episodes.
Well, no,
YouTube.
but YouTube, the shorts are bad. Like I saw all kinds of really sexual stuff.
Oh.
Yeah, so I'm like, I like TikTok. I like TikTok because it's relatively clean. Like, I know I'm not going to be assaulted. My eyes won't be.
Your eyes won't be assaulted.
Also, the algorithm's way better. The Chinese,
the
they got
algorithm is so good. I don't know how
chef's
they
kiss.
do it. Yeah.
Oh, those
But
Chinese.
that's the thing. So if you can, I don't know, they got to figure it out. But a lot of people are talking about censorship. It's not censorship. It's literally, it's concern about data privacy and the fact that our data privacy is so non-existent that we cannot trust it to go to another fucking country.
But what are they going to find out that I sit at home and I go to the grocery store?
That's a whole nother
Dude,
conversation.
Allstate is already monitoring where I take my car, what speed,
But that's
left,
exactly,
right.
that's all domestic. All those companies that know all that about you are domestic. When
They don't
they're-
have my best interest at heart any more than China does.
No, they really don't. But the American government wants the people who are exploiting your data to ultimately be paying them for their
Right.
lobby to say that yes, you can exploit all of this data and
But also,
exploit.
it's just data. What is?
It does matter. That's a whole nother conversation, but I don't want to get into a debate. But I do like TikTok. I do want it to stay in some way, shape, or form, and I want us to figure it out. But also, I do
think
understand.
we've all given up on our data.
I haven't, and that's what's kind of sad. I think about it sometimes. I'm like, what am I striving for? What am I even trying to do?
I just don't think I'm that interesting. I think anything that somebody can learn about me, they could probably learn about from another way. Number one, my podcast that I put out to the public.
Fair.
Number two, trends and just demographics. I'm not unique.
It's not about being unique. It's about like I said, we'll get into a debate, and we don't want to make this society debates.
Yeah, society chat. Yeah, counterpoint.
Yeah, point counterpoint. We don't want to do this. Tell me what else you're in love with.
Oh, not much. But one of the things I did see on TikTok is I like book talk, right? Because I'm trying to read more because I fancy myself a writer. And then one day I want to write a book, maybe. Oh, that sounds weird to put out in the world. I'm gonna write
Do it. Say it to the world. Manifest,
No. And I
girl.
figure
Manifest.
If I have to write a book, I have to read a lot of books to like understand books.
100% true.
To like learn stuff. So I've
Yes.
been trying to read a lot of books, and then I get recommendations from Book Talk. And Book Talk is the strangest place because I'm never going to be a popular author, just for the same reason I'm never going to be a popular podcaster. I do not align with the pop culture at all. All the books that everybody loves, I'm like, these are awful.
These are shit.
So like, how do we? It's just I would never be a successful author because I'm never going to write "It Ends with Us," Blake Lively, or whatever other
Court
books.
of Thorn and Roses and all that shit.
Well, I could, but I would never. That's the male in me right there. I was like, I could write that.
I could write that too. I could
but
write
I
it
just
in a
like would
second.
never
Take
have the
that
audacity.
cash to the
yeah,
bank.
I just would never be like, oh, let me write this. We all have passing fancies. They don't all need to be written down. That's why I say like 80% of being an author is just writing a whole book, right? You know, you just have to do it, and then
Yes.
and have it be semi like. I'm sure there's a lot of books out there that are no way cohesive or like you just.
And
have
I'm
to-
sure there's a lot of really good books out there that never get published for whatever reason.
Sure, for sure. But one of the things that I've noticed at Book Talk, because it's the end of the year and it's a new year, is everybody's sharing their stats. And there's like this phenomenon where people just like feel that it makes them a better person to read as many books as they can. So they're like, at the end of the year, I read 100 books. And I'm like, that's 2 books a week. Like, that's insane.
That's too many.
You're
what else
not-
are you not doing in your life?
Right. Well, you're not digesting them. They're all these like little piddly romance. Like, I'm a hockey player who fucks. And it's just like,
That's nothing to brag about.
right. It's like, it doesn't make, it's not, I mean, I guess it's better than TikTok scrolling. But,
yeah, fair.
but it's just like, you're not, if you're reading that fast, I read because I read a book and then I'll go on TikTok, or not TikTok.
Reddit.
Well, a little bit TikTok, but mostly Reddit. And
Yeah.
like, read
Talk
the
about it.
conversation around the book, and people will have missed major plot points and like major pieces of the book. And I'm like, that's because they're just going for the numbers. They're just flipping the pages just to get through it. And I'm like, that's not really reading. That's just
I agree.
like making a cool story graph or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's my other thing that I've been wanting to talk about is book chugging. That's what I feel like. 50 books a year, maybe. But anything above 50, 2 books a week, more than 1 book a week.
Yeah.
I get some people can read a book in a day. They don't have toddlers. Whatever. Good for you and your life choices. But like, that's you're going to read, you should chug a book every day. I don't know.
Yeah.
Meh,
I mean,
meh.
there was a time in my life where I read several books a month. Those days are long gone because I have been reading Night Bitch for 2 months.
Holy shit, that's a long time to be reading a book.
Because I just don't really read it. I enjoy it every time I pick
Wait.
it up, but then I just don't pick it up.
So when you were recommending that Night Bitch, you were talking about the book, not the movie.
Yes.
Oh God, because I remember you mentioning it. I like crossed my frame of reference.
Well, I knew about the book only because of the movie, because I had I had watched the trailer and the movie hadn't been out yet. And then randomly I was at I'm at the library pretty much every week because of the kids, and I happened to look it up and they had it in library that day.
And you've been able to keep it that long? You're messing up somebody else on hold waiting
it totally
for that.
is. I feel bad about it, but I'm like, I'm gonna read it.
We get off the phone right now. Go finish. What is it, like 200 pages? It's not a long book, I
It's
imagine.
more than 200 pages.
Oh, it gives novella. Like it gives not a long book.
She does a lot of bitching.
Well, that's kind of how it was in the movie. But okay, no, because the book's like what, 9 hours of audiobook? That can't be that long.
Something like that. I don't know. But
Anyway,
anyway,
this is it to judge your reading speed.
shut up.
But just funny because I watched the movie Night Bitch because you recommended it. Well, you recommended the book, but I guess I glazed over that piece. And it's apparently like Oscar bait. And I noticed it's like the #1 movie on Hulu the last couple days. So it must be hitting a chord in the zeitgeist. I wanted to like it. I liked a lot of pieces of it. But like you said, she complains a lot.
Yeah.
And I mean, people who are unhappy staying home, everybody's unhappy working. It's just, you gotta
Figure it out.
I was agreeing with her husband in the movie. At one point, he says, happiness is a choice. And I was like, it is. And then I was
It
like,
is.
oh, that guy's supposed to be the asshole. Damn it.
Well, I mean, to be fair, in Night Bitch, she has it like the idea. She's a single mom 5 days out of the week. That's insane. Is that the same in the book or in the movie?
Yeah, well, he travels a lot. Yeah. And he'll
So
come back.
in the book, he travels Monday through Friday. Not a lot. I mean, every week. Monday through Friday. He is
So why
gone.
doesn't he just get a new job? Why doesn't she just...
I know.
The trend is she doesn't say what she needs. She doesn't vocalize what she needs. And then she kicks her husband out because she never said anything about it.
Yeah. I mean, I haven't gotten to
And
that
whether
point where she kicked him
worked
out, but
or not, like, she still was going to be solo parenting those 5 days.
yeah.
Granted, it's different. Oh, I know it's different because
It
I'm a little judgy bitch. And when somebody I knew from college said, "Oh, I solo parented for 5 days," and I'm like, "No, you didn't. You sent them to daycare for 10 hours a day."
Oh,
like
yeah.
that's vastly different.
Probably not 10 hours.
Well, what is it, like 9? How I
9.
worked-
It's 9. It's 9.
Fuck me on that last hour. But I mean, my kids are only awake 10 hours a day, it seems. So I get it. It's hard because every time they get up in the night and blah, 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 blah. But I was also like, could be worse. That's why I know I'm a judgmental bitch.
I mean, it was interesting. So I have not gotten through the book yet, and I have not seen the movie yet. And immediately, I mean, you can relate to certain parts of her, but also I'm
for
just
sure.
like,
I
stop
laughed out
bitching
loud.
so much.
Well, is that all of our internal monologues?
Truly.
Just bitching. We just don't vocalize it. But
Yeah.
this author did. But yeah, there was definitely parts where I like laughed out loud because of how real it was. Like I know it's different in the book, but in the movie, there's like a scene where she just vocalizes and like talks about all the horrible things she wanted to happen to her cat. And I like was chortling because I'm like, God, I know that feeling.
Yeah. I read that part in the book, and I thought of you.
I was just like, oh, the eagle picks up my dog and carries it and
Replace
drops
cat
it.
with dog. And then I thought of you.
Yeah, because I actually really do enjoy my cats. It's just the dogs that problem. And they're big problem. Well, they're good dogs. They're not like gonna maul my children, I guess, but they're like really annoying.
Just one more thing that needs, right?
And my dog will stand and put her face inches from my face just to be like, I'm here.
And you're like, I just want
I've
to
hit-
smack you in your freaking jowls. Get away
just
from me.
like, oh my God. I was berating my dog. I don't even know if this needs to be on the podcast.
Yes, it does.
But
Yes, it does.
she was chewing on one of my kids' toys because they had like dropped a speck of food on it. And I was just like, have some respect for yourself. You don't need to be like going this far for molecules of food. And then my toddler comes up and he's like also berating the dog with me. And he's like, ma cool food. And I'm like, on one hand, I'm impressed that
What
you're
is
saying
ma cool food? mean?
molecule of food. He's trying to say molecule of food. He's saying molecule. And I'm like, that's impressive to me.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I need to not be berating my dog in front of my child.
He's gonna grow up to be a dog abuser.
I'm like, me and my husband, I'm like, we need to cool it. Oh, well, what are you going to do? But I will say, and because I don't like dogs, why is this girl turning into a dog? That was like, at least turn into a wolf or something cool.
Something about the animal nature of motherhood.
Oh, no, I got that. But
Yeah.
like, just don't be a dog. Be literally any other animal outside of a domesticated dog.
A raccoon.
That I would. Chef's kiss. That's hilarious. That and she's just had to. That's great.
That trash panda.
Yeah, that's fantastic. 10 out of 10. Dog, they lick their ass. So much ass licking in a day, and they will degrade themselves for literally a makufu.
Microphone.
It's sad. Like they have no respect for themselves. I just like, there's no dignity in dogs, zero dignity in dogs. And so like, I get being an animal. I understand that was what it was, but like intimately knowing dogs, no respect.
Be a better animal.
Any other, a mouse.
You want her to be a You want her to be a werewolf. That's what
I
you
mean,
want her to be.
that's what they were going for.
Totally.
But
werewolf.
like, they picked a fucking husky or some shit. That's insane. That's insane. I like be a house cat because at least they have self-respect and they do what they want to do and they shit where they want to shit
in a box full of clay.
Well, if you're lucky.
My cats all shit in a box.
Right. Well, mine do too. But if they could do somewhere else if they wanted to, and there's basically nothing we could do about it outside of getting rid of them. So, be a cat. Be a hawk, maybe. I think I would want to be Nighthawk That's already a thing, isn't it?
I think that's a hawk man. You can be a superhero. Hawk
Yeah.
man or hawk woman, hawk girl.
I think a hawk would be pretty chill. If I'm like thinking feral
Panther.
animal instincts, panther, that's kind of cool.
mountain lion.
Yeah, but they're just like more about hiding. You know, they're not like unleashing the fury within.
True. Definitely wolf then feels like it's right.
Well, I don't know. They're also kind of nasty, as we learned about in the werewolf episode.
All animals are nasty.
Truth. Maybe like night honey badger. Like I
Honey
you know,
badger don't give a fuck.
right? Or what is the other thing that is up in the woods that people Wolverine, Wolverine. Just like
that
that's
was
just
cool.
all the anger that I have. Bear. Mama bears are known to be primal or whatever. I don't know. But
Yeah.
that anything but a domesticated dog. Literally.
Hey, I think on that note, that's
Don't-
the end of this.
We're going to go turn into dogs and eat some dirty tampons.
Which a dog that I was dog sitting one time did.
Was that my dog?
No, this
Oh,
was
thank
my
God.
brother-in-law's dog. And when they came back from their vacation, they had to take the dog to the vet because the dog was constipated from eating
From all the
a
tampons?
tampon.
That's why you don't want to be a dog. Have some self-respect.
Take that to the bank, everybody.
Yeah, when you for your anamorphizations, like don't pick dog. Pick something with a little bit of self-respect, like a hawk. Okay, society chats
Out.
done. Listen to a real episode, please.
Goodbye.
Okay, bye.